Well, hello everyone. So I am out of yet another storage unit, and I'm almost out of, so I have two left. I got one that's full and one that's half full. So I was able to empty half of locker 3, if you know about that. I still have the shelving in there, but I filled up the shop and I got to go through all that stuff first. So yay, empty locker. So I had to come here and just get the last little bit of straggler stuff. This van has been putting in work. I mean, it's carrying furniture, it's carrying tigers, it's carrying every damn thing. So, but I knew for a $4,000 van, there's got to be something. It runs great, it works great, it carries a bunch of shit great, but it has a little tiny leak, which with the back doors being messed up, and you know, I've never seen a van that doesn't leak. In fact, out of the damn near 100 vehicles, realistically, I've probably owned about 70 to 80 vehicles in my life, and there's only been one out of the entire history of me ever owning vehicles. There's only been one that has not leaked water on the inside, and that was a 2010 Kia Soul. That's the only vehicle that has not leaked water inside. So, but anyways, this one has a little door leak there, and I think I showed y'all before the little crinkle right here. Well, I think there's something going on up top. You see there's water on the inside and there's water here, and I got a little tiny mini swimming pool right there. So I think it's just an adjustment. I'm gonna get a rag and I'm gonna clean off all the weather stripping and make sure there's no cuts or rips, but I honestly think it's just an adjustment, because these can be shimmed and adjust. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do what I can first, but I've been cheap on cars. Okay, I've been cheap on cars for a very, very long time. I bought a $200 Hoochie Mama, bought a $2,600 Chaos, which I am going to be selling here pretty soon. I'm going to list it for $35, but if someone says, will you take 26? Yes, I will. So all I'm trying to do is get my money back. If I can make some money, that's great, but I'm going to list it for $35. And it has 3 issues. One is no air conditioning, which you can put the little $60 can and fill it up, and it's good for like 3 months. The driver's side window, you have to be careful when you roll it up, because it has this little rubber track that it goes into, and there's a little kink. So whenever it goes up, you just got to hold the window in, because sometimes they'll go outside the track instead of inside. Not a big deal, but you know, just something you have to be conscious of. And about once every 10 times that I crank it up, there's a puff of white smoke. So it has over 200,000 miles, which to me is not a big thing. I've had vehicles that had over 500,000, because I'm cheap. And if I bought a vehicle, it's got to be a good deal. So I've been talking to some people, and people are saying this right here realistically is about an $8,000 to $10,000 van in the condition that it's in. So I'm going to spend the extra $4,000 on it. Okay, I'm gonna buy a retail vehicle, but what I'm gonna do is, because of the back door, because of the side door, because it was lettered, and anytime that you have a lettered vehicle, after a while it'll start seeing the letters again. You know, there's a little, like, where paint's been ripped off and spray painted. I don't know what's going on there on the bottom, that little blue. So, but there's like a little dent there, you know, little tiny things, and there's a big dent in the roof. In fact, that's when it all came in on the passenger door. But yeah, I think they had a light bar up there, and whoever took off the light bar or the little light setup dented it, because there's some caulk right up here, and there's a hole on the inside, and then there's something here. So they had like one of them little orange strobe lights in the back. So, but I am going to do a custom paint job on it. I'm going to go ahead and spend the money. And when I say custom, I'm going to change the color of it. but I'm probably going to go to Mako or some single stage place where it just, you know, it's a single stage paint job. It's going to last 3 to 5 years. That's it. So, but it gets me in a place. So, you know, I'm going to do the stereo system, and I am going to do rims and tires, but the tires are good. I probably got, you know, 6 months to a year on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at for some F250 or F350 takeoffs where someone bought a real fancy set of rims and they take off the stock ones, and I'm going to buy, you know, some like really cool stock rims. So in fact, I seen some beast mode rims up at Discount Tire, and they were half off, but they're for a Chevy truck, not a Ford. And I was like, damn it. I mean, I was like, how much are they? Will they fit my truck? And they said, no, it's for a Chevy. I was like, damn. You know, because I was ready to buy it right then and there. So, but the little tiny dents and things, stuff like that, I'm just, you know, well, that's a protrusion, but like right here, there's a little dent. So I'm not going to worry about little stuff like that. Mainly just keeping the water, making sure all the doors are adjusted. Because like this door here, if you look, it sticks out a little bit. Oh, hold on, let me get my finger in there. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it sticks out. Like here, you can see where it sticks out a lot more. So, but no, it's just, you know, little tweaks, which I honestly, water coming into the van, that's not even a big deal, because that's like a normal Thursday for me. So, but anyways, I'm out of a storage unit. I got 1.5 left. My sister's going to come over after running for a whole entire day. Oh, another dent right there. That's going to have to be fixed. In fact, I think that's why the door is out of alignment. They hit something there and it scraped down and hit the door there. So I'll have them fix all that. But after running, she's going to come over and help me tomorrow, which I hate to say it, I'm going to have to apologize in advance, because I got a plan that we're going to do. And yeah, we're going to get some stuff done. So, but anyways, yeah, I just wanted to, the van has put in work today. I've taken probably 4 loads, and with it raining off and on all day, I didn't need to use a trailer. Everything fit inside the van. Again, another reason to buy a van. So, and by the way, other than like a little dirt here, I mean, the seats aren't ripped. There's a little cut there and a little hole, but I mean, they're not, you know, both Hoochie Mama and Chaos has worse seats. It's clean. I mean, you know, you got constant water coming in, so it's like, you know, it's easy to wipe it all down. So, and for some of you, I know no one on the internet knows, but some of y'all who know me in real life, y'all remember the Here Kitty Kitty trio? Well, I'm going to do some stuff that I did on Here Kitty Kitty 1. I'm going to do on this truck. For those who don't know and don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry for you, but you will find out. But I have had some of the craziest vehicles that people are ever supposed to have. I've never drove normal. That's why this is going to change a lot. But right now, the 3 colors I'm looking at is a bright canary yellow, a lime green, or a hot pink, or maybe all 3. So there's no telling what's in my mind. You know, for a 50-year-old fat dude, I shouldn't even be thinking of this kind of stuff, but it's happening. So, but right now, we're going to have some fun. So anyways, I'm going to get out of here. They're going to be closing up soon. Peace, love, money. I'm out.